I went onto Amazon the other day and I found the cheapest lockpick set that I could find, and it's this one here. It's cunningly disguised as a credit card, which is rather clever, isn't it? Even says James Bond on it. I mean, it's not fooling anyone at all. It's got like a sticker on the front, it rattles, it's about 10 times thicker than a credit card. But I'm going to put the case forward in this video that this is the best lockpick set for beginners available on the market. We're going to look at cost, we're going to look at what's inside it, we're going to see if it actually works, and then at the end of it, hopefully you'll come to the same conclusion. How much did this awesome lockpick set cost me then? Well, I paid £3.87, and at today's exchange rate, that is around about $5 US. But wait, it's actually cheaper than that. If you consider that I didn't pay postage on this, and you also consider that a first class stamp in this country is around about £1.70 and an envelope costs, I don't know, 5p or something like that. Let's round things up, keep it all simple. That means if we take the £3.87, take away postage costs and packing costs, this actually costs me about £2, and that's about $2.70, which is a bit of a bargain. But what tools do you get inside? Let's have a look. If I slide apart both sides of this cunningly disguised lockpick carry case, you'll see some shiny metal tools inside. Let me tip these out and we can see what we've got. Let me just arrange them on my hand. So I've got 4 tools down here that all kind of look the same, and this one here, which looks a bit different. We have got a little lozenge shaped handle, and then there are squiggly shapes on the end of these. But what are they? What do they do? Well, you don't need to know that this is a half diamond, this is a snake rake, this is a short hook, and this is a city rake. What you need to know is, do they work? And if so, how do they work? Well, let me show you. In order to pick a lock using lockpicks, we need to do 2 things that the correct key does. Firstly, when we insert the key, it raises up these springy things to just the right level. The second thing it does is turn this middle bit when we apply a turning force to the key. That's how locks work. So, in order to use our tools, we need lifty tools and we need a turny tool. So let's see it in action. We'll get our turny tool, we're going to put it in the bottom of the keyway like that and apply a little bit of clockwise force with my fingers. I'm then going to take this tool, which looks a little bit like a key. I'm going to put it into the keyway, and at the same time I'm applying that turning force, I'm just going to wiggle it around up and down. And if we're lucky, this lock will open. Another technique is to put the turny tool in the top of the keyway and then raise each pin up individually. So I'm levering off of the bottom of the keyway, I'm working from the front to the back of the lock, raising each of those pins while I apply the turning force, and if we're lucky, we get the lock picked. While these clear padlocks are great for showing how a padlock works, they're not great to learn lockpicking. That's because they're too easy to pick, and even a strong breeze can open these up sometimes. I think we need to take our lockpicks and pick some big boy locks. Roll VT. Having seen me pick open all of those locks, you've got to admit that this set is pretty functional, at least in the right hands and with a little bit of practice. Now, when you take that functionality and you add it to the low price, what did we say? It was £2 plus shipping, or £3.87 including shipping. Those two things make this probably one of the best lockpick sets for beginners. It's not made with the best materials. It's not been finished really well. It is really sharp, but you could take a little bit of sandpaper to it and make it much more functional. But what it does do is it gives you a chance to try out the hobby for a couple of pounds. There are some great lockpick manufacturers out there that make great sets like this one, or like this one, or maybe even like this one, or even like this one. But all of those lockpick sets come with a fairly big price tag. As you'd expect, they are quality tools. But if you'd like to try lockpicking, I'd suggest getting something like this. And once you've opened up a few locks with it, you'll start to realise its limitations, and then you might want to start looking at other lockpick sets and look at different manufacturers and see what's out there. Spend a bit more money and get some really good tools. But initially, this set will get you off the ground, and it will cost you £3.87, including postage. Not bad at all, eh? Anyway, what do you think? Did I convince you? Is this the best lockpick set for beginners, or would you have another suggestion? Don't forget to leave a comment, and I will see you on the next video.